Good morning. Welcome to the 81st National APTA National Championships. We're live from the Country Club of Darien on the APT Network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Mark Fischel, along with Hall of Famer Dave Oehmiller, and it's time for one of the men's national semifinals. Dave, who do we have today?
Boy, Mark, we have a phenomenal matchup here today. I'm excited to be here with you today watching this. On the far side of the court, we've got Max LePivert and Arraya, the fifth seeds in the tournament. Max has really improved his serve this year. He's hitting his forehand much better, and Juan is one of the most talented players to ever play the game. He's a very emotional player, fun to watch. And on the near side, we've got defending national champion.
National Championships. On my left, in the deuce court, Arraya from Greenwich, Connecticut. In the ad court, Max LePivert from Stamford, Connecticut. On my right, from Morristown, New Jersey, Broderick. And in the ad court, Jared Palmer from Portola Valley, California. Broderick, Palmer have won the toss and elected to serve.
And on the near side, playing against Juan and Max today, we have the #1 seed, defending national champions, Drew Broderick and Jared Palmer. Jared has played 2 tournaments this year with Drew. They've won both of them. They won the Chicago Charities, and they also won Philadelphia.
And Short Hills.
Yep, the Short Hills. And they're playing incredible paddle right now. But I think we called the match in Chicago, the semifinals, and they overwhelmed Juan and Max. However, I do think that Juan and Max are playing a little better. They had a little tougher road to the finals. In the round of 32, they lost the first set 6-1 to Scott Friend and Alex Hume, but regrouped and are here. It's amazing about Juan. He's made 5 semifinals in the Nationals in a row, so he's an incredibly consistent player. He's, again, as I said, one of the most fun players to watch, very emotional, but he really wants to get over the hump here.
I mentioned this on the stream last night, Dave. He hasn't played a backdraw match in almost 4 years. Semifinals or finals of really every single tournament.
And what they did this year, the inaugural Grand Prix Series, Juan and Max, Friday night, the Hall of Fame dinner, were awarded the Blanchard Cup, finishing first in points there. So it's this is going to be a tough match. This is where they really want to show their, this is a big match for Juan and Max. I just think Juan has to keep his head in the game, because Max is a supportive partner, yet they're playing great. This could be a great match. What do you think, Mark?
Well, there's no question, Dave, that Juan's physical skills are beyond compare. What's kept Juan from winning is not his physical skills. It's been his emotional and mental state on the court. And the contrast with Drew Broderick, who, while a talented player physically, is, in my opinion, clearly the strongest mental player in the country.
Agreed, definitely.
And doesn't match up with Juan from a physical level, but has beaten him on a fairly regular basis.
And that's Juan's personality. That's why he's so fun to watch, though. He gets a little temperamental, but when he's on, it's just his screenplay is impeccable. But Jared and Drew are incredible to that. Great volleyers, aggressive volleyers, especially Jared.
These teams played in the finals of the Short Hills tournaments the last 2 years. Last year, Juan and Max had a 5-2 lead in the third before losing 7-5 in the third. This year they won the first set 6-love before losing 6-1 in the third. So I expect a tightly contested match.
Look at that one-handed backhand off the backside. And that was Jared's turning point last year, Short Hills, when they won that match in Philly as well.
Drew catches the seam.
Good move by Max.
30-15.
And you could really see how comfortable Max is in the court. Last night was his first national quarterfinal, and he looked like he belonged.
Yeah, he never gets rattled. He's a great competitor out there. Very serene, but he's a incredible volleyer. And as I said before, I think he's really improved his drive. He's hitting that a lot more.
His serve has improved enormously, which was a liability last year. It's been an asset this year. And he's one of the quickest players on tour.
He really is. There's no ball he's not going to get.
Dave, Drew had some elbow problems or shoulder problems that prevented him from playing too many matches in President's Cup.
I think he's fine. He might have just tweaked it a little bit, but he played in the quarterfinals yesterday against Chris Gambino, Mark Czerzinski. He played really well, so I think he's fine. That shouldn't be an issue. See, that's what I like about Max. Juan and Max are going to have to kind of play Drew and Jared's style if they want to have a chance to win today. They have to slow it down and be extremely patient.
Yeah, Juan told me last night he was prepared to play 3 hours today.
That's what they're going to have to do to win. They're going to have to play a flawless match, and they're going to have to hope that Broderick and Palmer are a little off.
Yeah, I think if Juan's in a good mental state, which is always a big question.
Oh yeah, I mean,
this
he
match
can
is
beat
a toss-up.
anybody, but if he's not, it's not going to happen. So if he can keep his head in the game, it's going to be a great match.
Juan's looking at Mike Gillespie there. I think he wanted to call the ball out, but wasn't sure.
And I think Juan and Max may have the crowd a little bit with them. They're both director of racket sports in the area. Juan is at the Greenwich Country Club, and Max is at Aspetuck Valley Country Club.
Where Juan used to be.
Oh, okay, really? Yep. Look at that. Hey, look at those. I mean, that's
great volley.
Incredible reflexes.
Although Jared lived in Rowayton for a number of years, just first started playing the game here.
See that he's improved that so much. Like a year or two ago, he wouldn't be hitting that forehand.
I would say last year he wouldn't be hitting that forehand.
Yeah, right. I mean, does so well is he disguises his shots so you can't read what he's doing. He holds the ball so long on his paddle. You either drive it or lob it with the same motion.
And Max will use that exceptional speed to put some pressure on with blitzing, both behind lobs and drives.
That's a good one. He's trying to sneak in on that one. I like the pace of the play right now for Juan and Max. In Chicago, they lost in 40 minutes and weren't even in the match.
Yeah, I'm going to throw the Chicago match out. Juan was not in a mental state to really play that day.
Well, you have to be, though. But he's much better right now. I really like the calm attitude out there.
Max catches the lead cord and then gives it the fist pump.
You should. That was a long point. You want to win those long points. That's a good patience there.
Great blitz by Juan.
jumped on that forehand.
He's one of the best in the game in protecting his side wire.
Clearly, definitely. Oh, that's a
Wow.
really uncharacteristic error, right?
Where did that come from, Dave?
I could do that. I mean, that was really not sure what happened with that.
I have that shot.
See, that's what I like about their style playing out with Juan and Max. Juan is actually letting him play a lot more, and he should. Because Max is so good, he doesn't need to come over that far to Max's side.
You know, I said this last night, Dave, and I'm curious to know your opinion on it. I think Max is winning a national championship.
But definitely.
I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but it's going to happen. He's too talented and too good mentally.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that I think will win maybe one or two, or who knows. And like guys like Casey Watt, Mark Powers, too. But it's impressive to be in a semifinal now. He doesn't look nervous at all.
Interesting, Dave. We have not finished our first game over here, and they've already switched sides on the other semifinal.
Yeah, well, Duron Parsons, when they're on, they play so fast. Great get. He'll get that one.
Juan is just a superb athlete.
Yeah, I mean that's why he can draw a crowd when he's playing. He's just again got every shot in the book, and he seems really calm right now, which is a great sign for him. Wow, I mean he is.
That's one of the things that sets Drew Broderick apart, is he's such a great scrambler. That was a tough dig he made there. And now we're back to even in the point.
He just sees the court really well. He's got great court sense out there. He rarely makes a careless error, maybe one or two a match, if that.
Well, we've already seen one, so his quote is up.
He's only allowed one more. But rarely faults, rarely misses returns, never gives away free points. That's his favorite shot, or at least he's known for it.
Darien Parsons won the first game in the other court.
Good get by Jared there.
When Max is hitting overheads, he's going to hit a lot of soft overheads to Drew's forehand. He really wants to challenge that forehand.
Yeah, Max doesn't have the cutters like Juan, who's got one of the best overheads, but Max never gets him in trouble. If he can hit it to players, if he hits up to their weapons, he closes as close to that as anybody I've ever seen. Like that.
athleticism, great get by Jared, just spectacular play all the way around.
It's so hard to win a point at this level. That was an incredible get by Drew Broderick to the forehand side.
Head out. Game, Arraya, LePivert. Dave, Steve DeRose, the noted philosopher, described Drew perfectly to me last night. He said, Drew sucks the will to win out of you.
I think he does. Yeah, I agree with that. That's he really doesn't give you anything.
He gives you nothing. No freebies, no mental mistakes.
He's really worked hard on his game though too. He won a few tournaments this year with DeRose too. He won Cincinnati with him, and yeah, he's one of the top players we've ever had in the game. I think, just in terms of his mindset out there.
Clearly the best player in the game today. I mean, that could change after this weekend,
yeah, I mean,
but as of
we've
today,
got guys that are maybe arguably more talented, but in terms of knowing what to do, how to win against anybody, he's a really thinking player. He's got every shot in the book.
you know, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's a lower level player, and he said something to the effect, well, the talent always wins out. And I was like, well, which talent? The physical or the mental talent? And he said, well, mental's not a talent. And I said, that's exactly why you're not a good paddle player.
You're 100% right. This game is all about mental fortitude, because all these players have incredible racket skills.
And of the guys on this court right now, Drew clearly has the worst racket skills.
I mean, he played #1 at UConn, but I mean, his partner was #1 in the world, two-time Grand Slam champion, NCAA champ. He's done everything in tennis. But yeah, Drew, he's just an intense competitor. Never lets his guard down.
And I say that as a compliment, that he's able to compete with these guys and beat them.
But that's the great thing about platform tennis.
Great back in from Drew there.
Yeah, I mean, Drew's will to win is huge.
Going Australian here, or the Vian formation.
I got the nick on that. Nice.
First game took 15 minutes. These 5 points have taken about 90 seconds.
This is rare, though. This won't happen too often, this match.
Well, that's a mistake of an overhead. Juan got away with that one.
Yeah, that's just playing with fire over there. Impressed me so much about Jared Palmer is his desire to become an incredible platform tennis player. He really worked on his game the past 5 years. He didn't need to play this game to prove anything, but this is like the Wimbledon of our sport, Mark, and he's already won it once. It's incredible, I think.
And he was so excited about it last year.
Yeah, that's what I told people. I said it almost seemed like he had won Wimbledon. I mean, he was so happy after that match, and rightfully so.
Yeah, for about 3 or 4 years, Juan was sending out emails on a regular basis, setting up games every day with all the guys you see playing today. And that's the reason they're all so good. The only one that wasn't part of that crew was Drew, being in New Jersey.
Yeah, that get.
Max's safe spot is soft to Drew's forehand. That's where
Like
he's
that.
dumping the ball.
I kind of equate Palmer and Broderick almost like the Djokovic Federer. They're so hard to beat. You have to play your best match on. It's like being the Bryan brothers in doubles in tennis. You're hoping for a slight off day, which I really haven't seen them have an off day.
Parsons Durano 2-1 in the next court as
Boy.
Juan hits his trademark cut backhand.
That is so hard to do, but he makes it look easy. He's the only guy that can really end points with that shot.
Yeah, other people do it once in a while. I've seen Rob Bacher try it, but Juan does
Yeah.
it on a regular basis, and he does it in the big moments.
You got to take. It has a lot of courage to hit that shot.
Jared got away with that there.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous ball to come in on.
It really was. Juan kind of stopped moving his feet on that.
Great volley by Max, bailing out.
I think they should go to Jared's corner a little more. I don't think Drew's not going to miss. That's
Yes,
good
Max
sequence there.
Yeah, and Max is really going after Drew. He's challenging him with that soft ball.
Yeah, I mean it's effective right now. I just think in the long run they may want to get Jared involved a little more. Look how calm.
Max is such an unusual combination of power and speed. Usually you find one but not the other.
He's got both. He really does. His foot speed is incredible.
And I think as you look around today, that's a critical element of the guy's game. The courts have gotten so small in terms of the speed, and you look at the four guys playing today, and they all move so well.
They really do. I mean, and that's what's impressed me so much about Jared. I think his corner play has gotten impeccable, and that's really not an easy thing to develop. I knew he would get a great forehand eventually, but the screen plays incredible for him.
In addition to his myriad of other skills, Drew's a great teacher.
Yeah, and I mean, to Jared's credit also, he's a good student.
Although make no mistake about who the captain of this team is.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Drew
the guy
Broderick.
on the ad side,
Yeah.
definitely. But if you want to win, I think you have to have one captain, and one guy willing to kind of let the other guy just do what he wants to do.
Which speaks to both of them. I mean, Jared is a Grand Slam champion.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's
And yet he's willing to defer to Drew because he knows that Drew knows more.
and that's what's so good about Jared. Not many guys would be willing to do that with those tennis accomplishments in my mind.
And in my mind, that's why Jared has those tennis accomplishments, because he's willing to learn. He's willing to back off to somebody else who may know more.
Yeah, that's a great trait that he has.
After they won the Philly tournament, I asked Drew what the strategy was, and Jared said, "Why are you asking Drew?" And I said, "Because he's the captain." And Jared said, "Damn right he is."
Yeah, that was an incredible match. 7-6 in the third. And I thought Duron Parsons actually played pretty well that day. And on the other semi, that's Marco Grangero and George Wilkinson's first semi. Very impressive at Marco. He was a little hurt a few weeks ago, and he's hung in there. He's a fighter.
I think more than a little hurt.
Yeah, I know. That was a little understatement, but
yeah, he's kind of kept it quiet, but I think he tore that calf muscle completely.
It's amazing he's out there. Sometimes that's what it takes to win a point. You got to peg the guy.
There's Max's speed.
Yeah, I mean,
the feel and the speed.
He was up there in a nanosecond.
And don't be mistaken, he was intending to hit Jared.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Great sequence.
Wow, that is
volley.
Yeah, they're on the top of their game right now. They have to be.
They're here to play.
Yeah,
National semifinals.
It's great. I'm really liking the body language, the chemistry, and Max is such a great partner to play with. He really is seems like a great guy and just very serene out there while being intense.
He had a wonderful article in the latest issue of PTM about how to be a good partner.
Well, he's the one that should write that. I
Hopefully Juan read it.
I think he did. Looks like it today. He'll get that. Told you. Isn't that amazing? I knew he was going to get that when the ball was hit.
I'm not sure which shot was more amazing, Drew's get or Juan's first volley.
I agree. It's tied. You and your committee have done a great job. You've been so busy for the past year getting this all set up. And I think, wasn't Juan on your committee?
Juan and Max.
Yeah. Oh, and Parsons. That's impressive. Yep. These guys are playing.
And Marco.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. George came to a meeting also.
You got a very talented crew there on and off the court.
Max handled all the courts, and Juan did the scheduling. Juan is an absolute genius when it comes to scheduling.
Yeah, he runs some fantastic tennis events in the summer, paddle events. He really does.
And this was a monster of a draw to run. 142 men's teams.
Biggest draw ever.
110 women's teams. Juan kept texting me on Friday. Any problems? Any problems? I said, no, everything's running smoothly.
Yeah, that's, he has great focus today. It's interesting. We've got Mike Gillespie in the chair, Hall of Fame inductee on Friday with Chris Gambino. He kind of mentored Max and Juan. I know they both played with him.
Yep.
A couple tournaments, right?
Yep. Mike's mentored a lot of guys in Fairfield County.
I was on the court with him when I was 14, believe it or not.
Including Marco Grangero, George Wilkinson, and Mark Parsons.
It's incredible. Yeah, Mike is a great guy, phenomenal instructor, and great player. That's why he got the green jacket Friday
Yep,
night.
that's why he's a Hall of Famer. Dave, I hope you don't have anywhere to go.
What's that?
Hope you have anywhere to go to soon.
You know, I love this so much. I could watch this all day long. These guys are incredible athletes, world class. And look at that volley. It's off an amazing spike. I know you could be here all day, right?
You know, Dave, I was interviewing Sue Airy and Jerry Vian. Sue used the term paddle geeks. And I am proudly going to put myself in that group. I love watching paddle.
Oh, I could watch it all day. You're definitely in that group, by the way. So am I. I watch the live streaming, all that. That's remarkable.
Great shot.
I'm always watching the matches, so I'm so happy to be here watching this.
Best seat in the house.
Oh, it clearly is. So you obviously talked to Juan and Max. You know them quite well. Before, I mean, they're having their goal today, I guess, is to stay really patient, right? Is that obviously you have to?
No other way to be true.
Yeah, there isn't. You're not going to blow them off the court with offense. They both volley so well. That's first kind of loose error that you don't want to lob long. Staying in the game there.
Three fast errors there.
Yeah, those are the games that can come back and haunt you. They really can. They got to stay sharp here. They look really relaxed. Juan looks like he's enjoying it, you know?
Just a beautiful day. We got a great crowd here at CCD. And I would be remiss not to mention Carl Levinet, director of racket sports here, who has done a wonderful job. I think Carl was up to 4 or 5 in the morning Thursday night, Friday morning, putting up all the banners, everything else.
He's a great guy. I've got a few friends that are members here, and they love him here.
Mark Posidento, John Cutler, the whole crew, Matt, Marco, in charge of IT and bartending, just wonderful people.
Well, it seemed like you guys really enjoyed doing it, too. That makes all the difference, and it takes a lot of passion.
It was great. I don't even want to call it a labor of love, because it wasn't a labor. It was
no, it's love.
Yeah, hanging out with a bunch of your friends.
Yeah. It really doesn't get any better than that. On the other court, it really looks like Durant and Parsons are
I think
sharp.
they're up 3-2.
Are they? Okay.
You know, Mark Parsons was an integral part of the committee. He got his wife Dane involved. That was the best thing he did.
Oh, you always need a good female with the details. And Drew Broderick's lucky charm is with him today. Vince Broderick, who's a pretty impressive paddle player at the age of 3. He's been to about 6 tournaments with Drew, and Drew hasn't lost any that he's been at.
One of my favorite matches of the year, Dave, was Timo Arraya and Vince Broderick at Short Hills.
Drew was telling me about that, how competitive they both were, but they enjoyed each other's company.
So I was responsible for watching Timo. And they were coming over to the bench, and Timo was sitting with me, and Vince came over and said, "After my daddy wins, let's play some more."
They must be pretty intense too, Timo, and I know Vince is.
Yeah, I think their daddies have a couple of competitive genes.
Speaking of competitive, Mark Parsons' son Maddox, he was telling me he played screens the other day, and he's never even seen them. So we've got 3 good potential sons, even Johan Jr. too, right?
Yeah. Johan. This is another area that Max has really improved his serve as he falls.
Jesus, why'd you say anything? He really has, though. He used to hesitate with the toss, stop a lot before he hit it.
He's been out hitting buckets and buckets of serves.
Yeah, you have to. If you're having any trouble, you have to go out there, put targets there, and that's the only way to get better with this. And that's the only shot you can work on by yourself too, and people don't do it usually.
We got Durant Parsons at 4-2 in the first set over there.
George and Marco beat them in the charities. That was a huge win for them, too.
Jared misses the lob long, 40-15. Max is just firing that serve, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, it's so much better than it was in October. Boy, I thought that was close.
Great volley.
Wow, I haven't seen Jared hit that shot. Look at that big gun.
I never saw Jared hit that either.
No, first time.
Great display of athleticism.
It's remarkable for the people watching at home. It doesn't get much better than this. This is so hard to compete at this level. Stay focused. Look at the hands by Juan. Forehand volley.
Oh, that ball just died off
that
the back
really
wire.
did. Surprising.
I thought Drew had an easy play on that ball.
Yeah.
Game Arraya LePivert. They lead 3-1 first set. Jared's serve has gotten so good. He's got a great combination of placement and pace.
Yeah, his placement, depth, spin. It is a great combo. He improved so quickly last year. That was an incredible turnaround. 'Cause I didn't know if he was going to stick with it, but he loves it. For a guy like Juan, who's so talented, careers are made by winning national titles. I know he wants this so big. That's a great move by Max. Yeah, you probably want to lob that. But his consistency, as you said, the past few years, it is amazing.
Unprecedented, I'd argue.
Yeah, it's incredible consistency. Look at that. Wow, what a volley. True. And that's why I like the Grand Prix series this year, Mark. Kind of put a little more value on the other tournaments, but clearly this is the one every player wants to win. They're not really concerned as much with rankings.
Now, rankings are simply a means to getting the best possible draw at nationals right now.
Yeah, I finished once, 2 times, and lost the nationals, so my year was destroyed. Great dig.
I got it. Come on.
Good cover by Max. Oh, look at that.
Seamless teamwork.
It really is, on both ends. The awareness out there is court awareness is incredible. Too much, too far back in the court to drive that ball. I like when he's driving though. Just got to step in.
Drew made a volley in the middle of that point that was amazing.
Yeah, that can sometimes make you go for too much on the next drive.
Oh, that's
Boy,
a great
that is
sequence.
just a remarkable play. He was in the deuce side near the side screen and somehow got all the way to the double sideline over there.
Series
Max.
of great lobs set the whole thing up.
They really did. 2 lobs. They each hit 1 good lob. Good idea.
40-15.
Another
Heavy
big
ball.
40,
Yep.
30.
And we've got to thank Enet Live and Rick Glazebrook and his crew. Keeps getting better and better, and Jerry Vion has done an incredible job with all the details and organizing all the announcers and everything else. Were you involved in that, Mark, at all?
Nope, that was Jerry's show. Great
Okay.
blitz from Juan.
That
Hey, I
was.
love the positive energy from
I
them.
really do.
Back to deuce.
Big point over there for Marco and George, it looks like.
I think Marco's serving over there at 2-4, Dave. Marco
Okay.
would serve second on that team, so I think they played 7 games.
That is an incredible volley by Jared off Max's drive.
Women's final is to follow, not before 11 o'clock, which I don't think is going to be much of an issue.
Do you think Dardis and Shea can finally get that big win that they so want? I think it's their day.
You know, a lot of it depends on Gabby's nerves. She's fast becoming the most talented player in the game.
Yeah, she can get a little emotional too, right?
She gets very emotional. She's improved dramatically at a rapid rate.
Great talent. Hits some great overheads too.
And they played an unbelievable quarter against defending national champion Liz Cruz and future national champion Razi Anika.
Is that a battle, like a 2.5-hour battle?
They beat them love and love.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see. That's a remarkable score at this level.
And
You
honestly,
never see that.
and honestly, in the second set, I thought Roxy and Liz played pretty well. And one
Sometimes
was
you just
lob
run
low.
into a buzzsaw. Very rarely, though, at this level.
Broderick Palmer.
That was a buzzsaw.
That's a great move. He
Holds that ball so long, doesn't he, Dave?
yeah, he does. It's such incredible disguise.
Great lob for Max.
You know what's incredible about Juan that not many people have done? He's made the semis of the Nationals with 3 different partners, Alex Banchia, Leonard Jonassen, and now Max.
Well, it speaks
With his
to the
talent.
same issue we talked about earlier,
Mhm.
which is his physical skills are undeniable, but that's not what kept him from taking to the next level. And whether he can keep his emotions in check today and his head about him, not get frustrated with Max or himself, is going to be what determines what winners or loses at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just such a fine line there. I mean, just to play with 3 different partners to get to the semis is so difficult to do. It's just, again, as you said, that emotional. He's holding it nicely today. I'm really impressed. Look at that shot. I mean, Mark, that is so difficult to do. Below the net, cut it with spin on Jared Palmer.
I think that Johan Durant is probably the most talented player who's ever picked up a paddle,
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you.
but I don't think Juan is much behind.
He's not. He just, yeah, that's you got to win a national though, you know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
In
oh,
terms
yeah.
of physical,
Yeah,
it's not about the physical, as we talked earlier. It's about the mental and the emotional.
yeah. If this game was a singles game, they may play in the finals.
These are the points that determine who win matches, Dave. Who closes games. So Drew and Jared had 3 already this game and didn't close. Juan and Max have their first.
It's huge. You don't get many opportunities against Drew and Jared, especially. They're so incredibly disciplined.
Oh,
that's
great
the
move by
shot.
Max.
Almost hit it a little too hard.
And I love Juan's reaction.
Yeah,
Very positive.
yeah. I mean, this is what it's going to take, though, if he wants to advance to the finals and maybe win the tournament. That's too risky there.
Advantage, Broderick Palmer.
That's a beauty right there.
Juan's ability to hold the ball makes his lob so much more effective as he buries a forehand in the net.
Yeah, that was 2 balls to the net and a missed volley.
Arraya, LePivert lead 3 games to 2 first
But
set.
they're really playing well here. Did you guys play Short Hills too and win the 90s?
95s.
Okay, I forgot you're getting older.
Yeah, much older. Big win over Steve DeRose in the finals. Steve
I
was
know.
disconsolate afterwards.
Jamie Ferrero and so you've got actually the Grand Slam of the 90s.
We haven't been to
Short
Indy or
Hills,
Cleveland, but maybe next
Oh,
year.
do they have those 2 there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 3 out of 5's not bad.
I cover my 2 boards, sometimes 1.5. Works out nicely.
Well, I mean, why not? He is such an incredible mixed doubles player too.
2-time defending
Yeah.
champ with Roxy and Ika. They're headed to
Are they going to
Cincinnati in 2 weeks.
Okay, well, they're
Going for
they're
the
the team to
three-peat.
beat, obviously.
Yeah, Johan Durant's going out there with Amy Hutter.
Is he? Oh, that's great.
Sure, it'll be a good draw. Johan says he's in it to win it.
It's a tough task though to beat Juan and Roxy.
There's one of the real new innovations in our game. I mean, Juan's got one of the best servers in the country, but he serves and he stays back. Lets
Yeah.
Jared hit a great forehand through, takes it off the back wire, and follows it in.
Yeah, there's a lot of transition play.
Something that you really innovated in our game.
Yeah, I really didn't mind letting the ball go and going back, and I typically drove the ball. These guys are a little more disciplined and patient, especially Drew and Jared. I don't think they'll go back and drive it off the screen. They typically lob it. Great spot down the middle. Oh.
Drew likes that backhand off the deck. Forehand, not so much.
Yep. But he's also got really good disguise. Look at the screenplay by Jared. It's gotten so good. That's a beauty right there. That's the spot they were hitting in Philadelphia all day long on that lob where Jared just hit that. By the sound of that, Mark, the roar of the crowd, I think we had a great point on the other semi there.
Yeah, so a great gift from Mark Parsons.
See, there's nothing you can do with that little chip lob. The close by Max. Keep talking at the net there. See, boy, that was explosiveness.
Yep. First point. That's a mental error by Jared.
You don't really see that.
Gotta let that ball through.
Good hold by Jared. Looks like Ron's here to play today, ready to grind every point out.
Talking to Greg Brentz yesterday,
Wow.
who came out to watch.
Yeah, national finalist back about 1980, maybe, Mark.
He told me a great story about playing a season with Richie Mayer, and coming into the next season he was really excited. And Greg had always wanted to win nationals with someone who hadn't won nationals. Didn't want to ride someone's coattails.
I think I know this story, but go ahead.
And he and Richie were getting ready to play, and they were talking through the summer, and some guy named Baird called up Richie.
Oh, Steve Baird.
Some guy named Baird called up Richie and said, I think we should play together next year. And Richie called Greg, all apologetic, and said, you know, Steve Baird, who won nationals last year, wants to play with me. I think I'm going to play with him.
That was the best phone call for Steve Baird and Rich Mayer.
Yeah, but not for Greg Brentz.
No, and Greg Brent's one of the best, nicest guys, and most talented athletes we've ever seen in the game.
Juan was waiting for Max to hit that ball.
It was Max's ball.
Back to 3-0.
Games are 3-all.
Okay, let's see how Juan's going to handle a little adversity here.
Yeah, I mean, for them to win this match, it's imperative that they win this first set, too. In my eyes. Drew and Jared are such incredible front runners.
Drew and Jared are incredible from the front, from behind,
front,
both
back,
sides,
serving.
underneath.
Every which way.
Yeah.
Their discipline almost outrivals Mansour Goodspeed, who won 8 national titles together. Boy, I mean, you're going to win that against every single team, that exchange.
think that's 5-4 Durant Parsons on the next court. But it could be set. I'm trying to get a score over there.
Now he rushed that shot now. He's got to stay cool here. Shake it off. That was a really good return by Max. Drew hit it pretty easy looking forehand. Oh, it's so difficult to hit. Yeah, these are the games where it can turn on a dime. Yeah, that's he's got to keep his head in the game here. This will be a true test right here.
Yep, we're going to find out a lot about Juan's emotional state.
By the way, Mark, you and your crew did a really good job on Friday night with the Hall of Fame dinner. It was so
Isn't that great?
special for me to see my partner. He's such a great guy, probably my best friend, extremely humble champion Chris Gambino, and also Mike Gillespie get inducted. And there were a ton of Hall of Famers there in the tennis, right, Mark? It was a really nice evening, emotional.
Just wonderful. Great celebration of a wonderful game, the wonderful community of people we have. Awesome
really
all the way
do.
around.
I mean, how many friends have you made after the age of 30 due to this sport? I mean, they're all your best friends, right?
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Chris Gambino took to the game better than anyone I have ever seen. I mean, he was so good, so fast. Most people take 2, 3, 4 years.
But he was
Chris's second full year, one in the country.
Yeah, and the beauty about him was he had the same kind of mental state like Jared. He was a sponge. When he wasn't playing, he was watching the top players play, and he always liked to talk about strategy with me. I wasn't as much a strategist as he was. He's remarkable. Court sense is great too, and just a warrior on the court.
I remember when you went out to Chicago for the Nationals. I guess it must have been 97 or 98.
It was 98. I was playing
You played with Scott Mackesy, an
Yep.
unusual pairing.
Yeah, very.
I remember you telling me when you came back that you played against Gambino and he didn't make any mistakes, and you loved how he played, and he was going to be your new partner.
Yeah, and I kind of stalked him out that year. I actually, believe it or not, went to the Princeton mix to watch. I heard he was playing. I've never met him. I knew he was a great tennis player, and I went to the Princeton mix to watch him play in the finals. And that's kind of when I started the whole thing.
Well, it was a pretty good decision for both of you.
Thanks, yeah.
I'm starting to miss a little bit.
Yeah. He's got to just stay positive. He's done such a great job of it today. Boy. You think they'll switch back or just up there? You go.
Yeah, Juan's not a big fan of that side.
No, definitely not. Good cover, boy. That's all the way over there. Save the game here.
Yep. All of a sudden missing.
And you're a big tennis fan, Mark. I kind of equate Juan with the Romanian Ilie Nastase, one of the most talented players of all time, Grand Slam champ, Hall of Fame player, very obviously emotional as well. I mean, but see, it's
a lot of missed lobs all of a sudden.
Yep, that's 5 or 6 errors the last 8 points.
Johan Durant serving for the set on the next court at 5-4.
Rarely see Drew ever hit a ball in the net.
Drew misses a lob.
Boy, in the net and a missed lob. That you'll never see that in another game. But this is a type of game. Drew has made 2 errors. You have to capitalize on that.
Got to win one more point to get back to even.
Yeah, at the end of the day, to win the national title, obviously, as you can see here, you have to grind and be willing to grind it out. Power does not win. It's good defense combined with a good offense wins the tournament.
Set point in the next court, Dave. Johan Durant just faulted it. 5-4, 40-15. It's 40-30 now.
It's funny the contrasting styles here. Drew and Jared so patient. I had a college roommate of mine that's a member here watch Johan yesterday, and he was absolutely in awe of the shot making. I mean, he was literally like oohing and eyeing. It was pretty cool.
Well, I was saying yesterday I played paddle with 4 tennis Grand Slam champions. I played basketball with numerous NBA players, and I've never competed against a better athlete than Johan Durant.
Yeah, you've played with the Bryan brothers and Jared. Who's the fourth?
Ellis Ferreira.
Oh wow, South African.
Yep, living down in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a physical specimen out there.
Just
he really is.
Remarkable, his movement, the ability to generate power with such a short swing.
Yeah, there's very few guys like that. You know, they come along, and he's a pleasure to watch, and as is Juan. But again, that's that mental. And I think Mark Parsons actually is underrated. He's got an amazing forehand, and he's right up there as well. It's just a different style.
I mean, Mark's a guy that's won nationals as an alpha and a beta. How many guys can say that?
I don't know if anybody can.
Yeah.
And he's willing to play that role, but he could easily be the alpha dog, as you said.
He beat Johan in the 2011 finals.
He did, yeah, him and Matt Porter in Chicago.
Great backhand from Drew, takes them to 5-3.
They've got to stay positive here. There you go. I like what Juan just did.
Game, first set, Durant Parsons.
Yeah, careless error. Boy, that was teed that one up nicely.
Dave, I want to say hello to Lori Hissey today, who's home convalescing after surgery. Tim McAvoy's sister.
she's a wonderful person. Everybody's praying for Lori. She's been a great ambassador for the game. Sweet lady, and
Always has a big smile on her
really, well,
face.
she's just like her brother Timmy.
Just a remarkable woman.
Yeah, she's a fighter, and so everybody here is praying for her. Boy, Max couldn't get near that ball, and he's one of the fastest guys on tour.
Great shot from Drew. Another sloppy miss from Juan.
Yeah,
Double set point. Ever since Max missed that blitz when they had break point on Jared serve at 1-3.
That's been their only break point, right?
Yeah, I think that was their only game point.
Yeah, exactly.
Juan misses a lob.
Yeah, that's
Game in first set. Broderick Palmer 6 games to 3. We'll be back in a moment after these messages right here on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live.
Paddle's hottest website, paddleplayer.com, has helped revolutionize the sport. Pro video, leagues, tournaments, merchandise, and now state-of-the-art rackets. Visit paddleplayer.com today, Paddle's bright star. Paddleplayer.com is your go-to website for all things paddle. Articles, videos, instructions, and more. Paddleplayer.com is your paddle authority. Visit paddleplayer.com today.
Welcome back to the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live. We're in the semifinal round here of the APTA National Championship at the Country Club at Darien. Drew Broderick and Jared Palmer just won the first set over Juan Arraya and Max LePivert. Dave, what do you think they have to do to change things up?
Well, against Jared and Drew, you have to play perfect paddle, get some lead cords.
Ooh, Jared came up a little lame there.
He, yesterday, it looked like he tweaked his leg yesterday, so his left leg. But they were up 3-2 in the first set, lost 4 games in a row.
3-1 and had break point.
Yeah, it's just, you really have to, they have to play their best paddle and hope that Drew and Jared are off, or they're not going to win. That's a great lob. Be interested to see Jared. Watch how he moves, Jared, because last night he looked like he tweaked it.
Dave, talk a little bit about how you adjusted to the new ball, which was maybe a little bit colder and obviously had a lot more flocking on it.
I mean, I felt with the nice move by Juan. I felt the ball was a little more bouncy and lively. I mean, the screens are tighter now, the better technology, I think, and I actually really like the old bitter, like V30, V90 ball.
You like to be able to put that ball away.
Yeah, you could have like 20 winners in a match as opposed to 20 winners in an entire tournament, I felt. Especially like drop shotting and win some points in the screens. He'll get that. I mean, to lose that point after two great shots, it's so demoralizing. I like the aggressiveness, though.
Drew and Jared are just a wall.
Yeah, it's like I always said, the only person that can beat Federer is the wall. I mean,
and then Nadal came along, and then Djokovic followed.
I forgot about those two guys.
Yeah.
But notice Jared, though. This is, let's see how his left leg is.
It was kind of an awkward-looking forehand that he missed to close that game.
Mean. That he doesn't miss anything, so it's rare. What a dig by Johan on the other court. Wow.
Is that a hard overhead off a hard overhead, Dave?
I've never seen that, actually.
Me either.
The hard overhead, then the harder shot by Johan that hits a nick and comes out like 40 miles an hour.
Wow.
Unbelievable, right?
Wow.
Shocking how the talent level.
And that pace of play over there looks a little fast for George and Marco.
Yeah, they're not going to win that if it stays like that. Great spot there.
Great
Jared
spot.
They were too tight to one another.
Middle of the court against the righty-lefty.
I don't think Jared ever loses those exchanges.
He doesn't seem to lose too many.
No, I mean, he's the best at that frantic close net play.
Great volley from Drew.
I like Juan's attitude out here, so it looks like he's ready to fight. That was too much.
Right ball, though.
Yeah, he just doesn't need to hit it that hard.
Great backhand from Juan.
He's got incredible screen play, one of the best ever off the screens. Oh, that's a great spot there. That's what it takes. Sometimes you gotta go a little high.
Yeah, that's where I would try and hit the ball against Jared Palmer. I'd try and get him up a little higher. If Jerry Viant were here and she were critiquing Jared's volleying style, she'd probably say that he was a little bit straight up.
Well, he's tall too.
Yep, and needed a little bit lower center of gravity.
I actually would aim a little high on both of them. Jerry's was kind of like the Drew Broderick too on the women's side. Do you think she was a good tactician or?
You know, I was saying the other night
preparation
at the awards ceremony, which was a wonderful affair, At one point, I thought they were inducted Jerry V on.
Yeah, she played with Gambino, carried him to a mixed title, national title. They only played once, which was interesting. And then she won one with Mike Gillespie. I think she was connected to something else too. I just can't recall it.
I think it was a requirement in the speeches. You had to mention Jerry at least 4 times.
It was at least 6.
I really wanted to congratulate Jerry on being inducted again. Most people only get inducted once. Jerry got inducted twice.
Yeah, they gave her a bracelet and a green jacket.
Really big point right here, Dave. Early second set, chance to get up a break, stem the momentum.
I think it's a must game, actually. He looks fine with the movement, Jared. He's fine.
There's that soft overhead of Max's to Drew's forehand.
He's kind of baiting him to hit the ball, but Drew will wait it out. No, that's too far off the net. He shouldn't hit that shot. Look at Drew, just get out of the way. Outside trying to volley it. Got him in the screens. That's rare. We don't see that too often.
Advantage, Arraya, LePivert.
Another break opportunity.
They've got to capitalize on this game. He did that in the first set too.
Yep, same exact
shot. Same place.
Break point on Jared's serve. First set it was at 1-3. Here it was at love 1.
Those are the points you can't lose against the champions like Drew and Jared. They're not going to give you anything.
Well, there's a volley exchange Jared lost.
That's 1.
That makes him 997 and 1.
That's a good percentage.
But it's going down.
Yeah. Not much, so he'll pick it up. Nice. I like Juan calling the ball. The more he talks, the better. When he gets quiet, it's not good. Wow.
That was swings and misses.
Huh.
Trying to hit the big cut.
I've never seen that by him. That's just such a big game for their confidence right now.
Yeah, it's a great message for Drew and Jared. We're not going away.
There's Max's nice little overhead. He lets the draw ball drop so low on his overhead.
Jared seems especially judicious with his forehand today, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he's not attacking it as much as he did when I was watching Philly and the Nationals last year, but
I think you feel he doesn't need to here?
I think they must have a game plan. He's just trying to wear him out mentally. Wow, that's a great point there. Drew that's a little risky, that shot.
2 points in a row. Drew's missed the slash.
Yeah, you're not going to see another one, I don't think. Yeah, that one he would have usually hit. Yeah, Drew's so crafty there. It's little chip drives. How patient Drew is.
Look at that, Max pulling him out of the court, trying to pull him in.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that Drew could probably go all day if he really wanted to on that shot, not miss. See, look at that. That's very rare to do that to somebody of Drew's caliber, but he wants him to drive. No, see, that's a mental error. You can't do that at those big points. And he knows better. He's playing so well too. That's a risky shot.
It's interesting the number of levels we have on our game, Dave.
You really do.
So yesterday you saw
like
real competitive 6 teams, maybe 10, 12 teams with a shot to make the quarters.
Yep. But there's only 2 that I think have a shot to win this tournament. I do think Juan and Max could.
Yeah, I'd give Juan and Max a shot. I mean, clearly the
they have a
worst shot of the
shot.
big
They definitely
three.
have a shot, but the prohibitive favorites are Broderick, Palmer, Duran, Parsons. And it's such a thin margin.
Couple of misses from Jared.
Yeah, that's
40-30.
I love Jared's demeanor. I'm sure he was like that in tennis. He never gets rattled, never yells. He's just such a great sportsman out there too.
Great play by Drew, but that's a ball Juan's got to make.
Yeah.
Wasn't that hard a shot?
No, I agree. The pace of play on the other semifinals is so much faster than the roar from the crowd there, Mark. Boy, they're having some great athletic points over there. Incredible. You got to get out of there.
Yep.
That's you got to slow it down here.
They had a game point there, failed to convert.
Did they have 2 that game? Just 1?
I think just 1.
Okay.
Dave, who do you think the warm weather benefits?
Broderick. I think any weather benefits Broderick Palmer, to be honest with you. I don't think they get affected. I haven't seen it yet. They won in Philly with cold weather. They won in Chicago with relative warm weather.
Yeah, I think the warm weather is better for them because it's easier to pick the ball up, and basically Drew's trying not to make an error, and Johan and Juan are trying to put the ball away.
Yeah, it's a fine line. what's amazing about Drew. He's the ultimate competitor. To win the Nationals once is an incredible accomplishment. He's won it with 2 different partners. Not many guys have done that. Great positioning by Jared, right on the middle.
How great are the roars, Dave?
Oh, it's awesome, boy. I'm loving this. Such a great atmosphere. Packed stands. People are just amazed at the quality of play. It's a treat to watch, you know?
I think we got to have, I don't know, 700, 800, 900 people here.
Good, easily.
People on the hill.
Yep. And do the live streaming. It's fun that the fans are starting to get to know the players, which is great. Get back to your corner. Good. That's a good dig.
Oh, what a shot,
Wild,
Dave.
See, that's the stuff of very few people that have ever played the game can hit a backside drive cross court with a perfect pace past Jared.
I never saw that shot till I saw Juan hit it.
People have tried it. It's just he's got great racket control.
Dave, do you think it's a lost art, the high ball?
The high lob?
The high drive at people's chests. You don't see too much of it.
No,
I know you made a living on it.
Yeah, I think they have to. I mean, I think that would be the shot against Jared and Drew. They're incredibly aggressive ballers. They're right on the net, so you have to aim for spots and go up a little high. Wow,
That's a thumping sound. That sounds like Johan's ball.
It really does. I mean, he's picked up that speed 25 miles an hour more than last year. Wow.
That's the high ball we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm telling you, you gotta do it. You're not gonna get it through them, so you gotta go right at them.
And a fault from Drew.
Boy, you're not gonna see that too often.
Here we are, same place we were in the first set. 3-1, Arraya LePivert.
Yeah, I love Juan's creativity when the ball goes by him. The angles he can create are pretty amazing.
Remarkable.
That's why Jared, Drew, don't even bother coming to the net. I'm really impressed though. He's holding it in today. He's really focused here. Pick up by Jared.
And did not hit the net.
I know, that is amazing.
Getting it was about half the battle, but he had to slow down when he got close to the ball.
Look back in the line. Juan doesn't know. He's got to get back in this point here. Sorry.
As he looks to us to see if it was out or not.
It's in now.
Yeah, and now he's right.
Come on.
Great lob for Max.
Oh, nice pick up.
Nope, feet weren't there.
He's got to let that point go. He can't think about that. You got to call it. It's not.
Yep.
And I think it was in.
Well, as you said, once the point goes on, it was in.
Yeah. He's got to regroup here.
That's a volley Max has got to make.
He's right there. I think he just took his eye off it. That was a close ball. I think that hit the line. What a get. Look at this. I mean, can you believe this, Mark?
Just amazing athleticism.
Look at that. That's so hard to do. And that is too.
Well, watch him.
Too hard. You're not going to benefit from hitting 100 miles an hour. That's.
Love Juan though. Great move. Said
Yeah.
that several times to Max.
Oh, he did. That's great. That's so positive.
Love 40.
That hit the line. That serve. Wow, what a pickup by Jared.
Yeah. I'm going to give that a win, even though he didn't win the point.
Yeah,
15-40.
Oh my God!
and that's what champions do. They break right back instantly.
Yeah, the warm weather really diminishes serve.
Yeah, the ball bounces, it stays up, comes off the screens nicely, but they just they don't seem to ever get flustered, Jared or Drew.
They lost the first 7 games in a row against Juan and Max at New Jersey.
I
And they
heard
just-
about that. I
yeah.
heard Juan was on fire, you said.
In the next court, Grangero just broke to go up 2-1 in the second set. They lost the first set 6-4. That's their first lead of the match.
But what happened in Short Hills? I mean, if you win 7 games in a row, was there a point or two in the second set that, or did somebody get hurt, or what?
No, they had a chance to. Jared held serve from 540.
But I mean, in tennis, if you win 7 games in a row, you're probably going to win the remaining 4.
Yeah.
And that's the incredible thing about our sport. 5. Thanks for the correction there. My math is sometimes off. They're so mentally strong. Boy, I missed one.
A rare missed volley from Jared. As the weather gets warmer, the ball is flying.
Even when he misses, though, it's only out by like a half an inch. He rarely misses it in the net. What an exchange.
And Juan again, very positive.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Look at that.
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's great to see. That's what he needs to do to get that national title. Boy, I mean, that is, how hard is that? How did he get that by him?
Great volley. Max is very disciplined to let it go, but
Yeah.
on his side. Wilkinson, Grangero break. Durant, go up 3-1, second set.
It's a great effort by Marco to come back and play this well with an injury the past month.
I don't think they lost a set yesterday.
No, they didn't. They beat Lubau, DeRose in the quarterfinals. Straight sets.
No, they beat Baxter Heath in the quarters.
Oh, yeah. Juan and Max, sorry, excuse me, beat Lubau, DeRose.
I'm here.
Great close by
That's the only
Max.
time I've ever seen a miscommunication between Jared there. This is a huge game, by the way, Mark. I mean, this is...
They're all huge.
I know
right
they
now.
are, but this is really huge. They have to break. I mean,
Great change of pace from Max.
yeah, it looked like he was going to hit a hard one and change it up.
Jared's playing very fast right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes you do that when you make a few careless errors, but he'll slow it down.
I mean, twice this game he went to serve and Juan and Max weren't even ready.
Yeah, I don't think it would be over that one miscommunication. I'm not sure why. That was
Great
a
shot from Max.
shot. Boy, that was it. Hit the back side screen, and he was about a foot from the back screen and tattooed a spike shot.
Get a great feel for his athleticism there.
Oh,
Look at them laughing and smiling.
incredible.
Love to see that attitude from Juan. Great
That's
sign.
awesome. I love it too. Look at him. I mean, he's such a great personality. When he's like this, it makes it even better, you know? Boy, every point is so precious.
That's
mean,
exactly what I say to people, Dave. Every
it really
point.
is. You just can't give anything away. Yeah, I agree with you. The positive attitude it's really nice to see. And again, as I said earlier, I mean, at this level, every guy, their goal is to win the national title, and that's what careers are made of.
And I think it's these four teams that really were the only four with a chance to come in to win coming in.
Yep. He'll get that.
Yeah, I like how Max is opening the court up a little bit with those shots.
I do. He's kind of baiting them to drive, because they're not going to miss in the backcourt. So you got to try to bring him in a little bit.
Yeah, just expanding the court. Not
Something
looking to hit a
different.
winner there. Just take him out of position.
Oh, I see. I mean, they could do this all day. They would do this all day just to win this. The patience is remarkable. And it's interesting. That's what I'm so impressed about Jared Palmer, is how he's gotten patient. There's actually a clip on YouTube of him playing at Wimbledon where he won the first set. He'll get up. That's a
Well,
great
gonna
ball.
give Max the victory on that one.
Yeah.
And there's a great example of what Max is doing to speed up play. That short ball, luring him in, daring him to drive the low ball.
Well, he's going to continue to do that, I think.
He's had some good success with it. There's those toss
First
issues
time he's
Max
done
got.
that. He used to do that a lot.
Yes, you got it.
Boy, he gets so close to the net, Max. Up. Juan was a little too tall and a little too far off the net.
Backed off there.
Yeah.
Remember when Djokovic first made it on the scene, and he was so different than Nadal and Federer, and he just wore his heart on his sleeve. You could see it all the time.
I like that, though.
And that's the way Juan plays.
But that's why people kind of like to watch play. You never know really what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of brilliance out there. But sometimes it... I mean, people don't realize how hard that is to do against world-class athletes.
This is a really interesting strategy they found,
Yeah.
Dave, where they're opening the court up with a real short ball.
I haven't seen anybody use that against him yet. Boy, he's good yet.
Juan got out of the way of that one. That's the same one he lost the first set on.
You know, Max has such a great. He's a competitor out there. I mean, he's going to win a national. I agree with you on that.
Jared's a little soft in his corner at times. Juan hurt him a lot at short hills.
No, he's not quite as comfortable.
No, Drew makes a mistake in the deuce.
Shocking. That screen error.
40-15. 2 points for 5-2. See if they need him.
Good call. Max got out of the way. These semis this year, Mark, are the exact opposite of last year's semi. Durant, of course, had an easy match with Bacher, good speed. As did Broderick Palmer in their semis with Juan and Leonard Jonassen.
Yep.
These are barn burners today. They're looking pretty comfortable on the other side right now.
If John Lubell were here, he'd say this is a big point.
Doesn't he say that a lot?
He says it at the first point of the first set of the first.
I agree with him,
128.
Don't you
He's
agree?
right. Okay, 5-2 Arraya LePivert.
Mark, when did Max LePivert come to the States? Did he go? Did he play college tennis at Miami?
Max played college tennis in Miami, had a brief, and I mean brief, stop on the Pro Tour.
Well,
a pointless stop on the Pro Tour.
well, at least he tried it, though.
He did. I think it was a 19-year-old decision. Went up and finished his college career at Florida State.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Been in the tennis business, worked down at the Breakers down there. Came up here, was at the Stanwich Club for a while. Got his first job at the prestigious Siwanoy Country Club in Bronxville, where Mark Parsons is now. And recently migrated a little further north to the Espetuck Valley Club.
Where he said Juan was before. He said Max seems like he's a really good guy. I mean, and he's a great competitor at the same time, which is
Tremendous athlete. Scratch golfer.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Claims to be a 5, but
He's
not telling the truth.
He's like a Flip Goodspeed who's probably watching, who's like a +2. Remarkable
Flip
athlete
Flip
there,
won
right?
his tennis club championship last year. Beat like an 18-year-old in the finals.
Yeah, we
55.
miss him this year. It's odd not seeing him here, and Scott Mansger as well. I talked to Scott yesterday. This is the first one he's missed since 1988.
So I understand Flip. Where's Scott?
Well, yes. I don't know. Scott wasn't quite playing as much, but it's amazing that he's had a run of since '88. That's durability, isn't it?
Wow.
Danziger's probably won more matches at the Nationals than any person that has played the game. Is that the athleticism you're talking about?
That's some of it.
That's what a 30-inch vertical. He's got some serious springs.
Great shot from Juan.
Love 30.
Triple set point. Boy, Davis, this set swung fast.
It's incredible. That's why our game is such a game of momentum.
Triple set point.
Juan and Max have definitely picked up their game, but I'm not sure when the tide turned. I don't know if it was on that point when the little miscommunication.
So Juan lost serve at 3-1 to go 3-2.
15-40.
They switched sides, and it's been all Max and Juan since.
Boy, that's a nice shot by Juan.
Marco and George up 4-1 second set. And there
Wow,
goes
he
the
got
second
the
set
nick.
to Arraya LePivert.
Boy, they
6
really
games
picked
to
it up
keep
there, Mark.
Tremendous.
That's impressive mental resiliency there to hang in there against those guys.
Okay, we'll be right back in a moment after these messages right here on the APTA Network presented by eNet Live.